Let me guess. You finish a class or study session, and your brain instantly checks out. You close the book, slam the laptop shut, or scroll straight to your favorite app. It's over, right? But here's the thing. What you do in those few minutes right after learning might be the most powerful part of the whole study process. And that's where the 3-2-1 method comes in. It's a ridiculously simple technique, takes literally 3 minutes, and helps you lock in what you just learned, so you actually remember it later. No fancy tools, no special apps, just a quick system you can use after any class, video, or textbook chapter. Today we're breaking it down. What it is, why it works, and how to use it whether you're in school, prepping for exams, or just trying to study smarter, not longer. Let's get into it. Alright, so what exactly is the 3-2-1 method? It's a quick review tool that helps you reflect on what you just learned in a structured way. Here's the formula. 3 things you learned, 2 things you found interesting or want to learn more about, 1 question you still have. That's it. 3-2-1. It works because it's simple, fast, and forces your brain to recall information, not just reread it. And if you've heard of active recall and retrieval practice, you know this kind of review is one of the most effective ways to actually learn and remember stuff long term. Let's break it down a bit more. First up, 3 things you learned. This part helps your brain summarize. After you finish a lesson, ask yourself, what were 3 key takeaways? Don't just copy them from your notes. Actually try to say them in your own words. It could sound like this. I learned that mitochondria are the powerhouse of the cell. I learned that World War I started in 1914 after the assassination of Archduke Ferdinand. I learned how to calculate the area of a circle. Doesn't have to be perfect. Just what stuck. Even writing these 3 things helps transfer knowledge from short-term memory into long-term storage. Next, 2 things you found interesting or want to explore more. This one builds curiosity. You're asking yourself, what surprised me? What do I want to dig deeper into? For example, I didn't know that animals can regrow limbs. That was wild. I want to learn more about how social media affects memory after today's psychology class. This step trains your brain to stay curious, and that is a secret weapon in learning. When something sparks your interest, your brain is way more likely to keep it. And finally, 1 question you still have. This might be the most important part. Instead of pretending you understood everything, you ask, what's still unclear? What do I want to ask my teacher, Google, or even ChatGPT about? Maybe it's, I still don't get how negative numbers work on a number line. How did the Cold War end, exactly? What's the difference between correlation and causation? Asking questions creates a mental gap, and your brain hates gaps. It wants to fill them. So when you write that question down, you're setting yourself up for deeper learning next time. Let's try a quick example, just to show how fast this can be. Let's say you just watched a short documentary on climate change. Here's a 3-2-1. 3 things I learned. 1. The Earth has warmed about 1.1 degrees Celsius since the pre-industrial era. 2. Melting glaciers contribute to rising sea levels. 3. Carbon dioxide is the main greenhouse gas driving climate change. 2 things that caught my interest. 1. I didn't realize how much methane comes from cows and farming. 2. I want to learn more about renewable energy alternatives. 1 question I still have. How do scientists measure the Earth's temperature from 100 years ago? Boom. That took about a minute. Now multiply that by every lesson, every topic, every subject, and you've just built a memory machine. So how can you use this in real life? Try this right after class, a lecture, a study session, watching an educational video, reading a textbook, even after group discussions. Keep a notebook called your 3-2-1 journal. Or use the last page of your notes for each class. You could even set a 3-minute timer at the end of study time and do it digitally. Teachers, this is a great exit ticket. Parents, you can do it as a dinner table conversation. Students, build it into your review routine. Whatever works, just keep it consistent. Alright, Let's pause and talk results. What actually happens when you start doing this? First, your memory improves. Why? Because the method makes you retrieve knowledge right away. Second, you become more self-aware about your learning. You know, what you're curious about, and where the gaps are. And third, maybe most important, your confidence grows. Because instead of ending each lesson confused and overwhelmed, you're taking control. You're summarizing, asking, reflecting. That's not just a study method. That's a mindset shift. Let's wrap it up. The 3-2-1 method is quick, free, and surprisingly powerful. Use it to boost memory, stay engaged, identify what you don't know, yet build better study habits. Try it after your next lesson. Keep it up for a week. You'll be shocked at how much sticks. And hey, if this video gave you something useful, give it a thumbs up, it helps the channel grow. Subscribe for more practical learning tools that actually work, no fluff, no gimmicks. And hit that bell so you never miss a video that makes school make more sense. Till next time, keep learning smarter.